Hey, good day to you. It's time for another healthy dose of vitamin D Grant, and I've got a supercharged message just for you today. Here is that message. I'm going to quote one of my all-time favorite movies, Rocky IV, and that is this. It's a speech, mini speech that Rocky gave, if you want to call it a speech. He gave at the very end of his fight against Ivan Drago. It was this: I can change, you can change, everybody can change. Now, why do I want to say that change is something that is a supercharged message? Because all of us are looking for change. We're all looking for something to change in our lives. Oftentimes, we want other people to change because we think if somebody else will change, then maybe I'll be happy, or maybe I'll have what I want. Or if something else changes outside of me, then maybe I'll feel better about myself. Or maybe then I can have the things that I want, or it's necessary for something else outside of me to change in order to be happy. And I want to tell you that that's a normal way to think about things, but ultimately, real change and real happiness and real peace in the life that you want occurs when you let yourself change from the inside. And I know this to be true because that's been my story. Change, a lot of us don't like change. We're resistant to it. We don't want it to happen. But at the same time, we want something else outside of us to change in order for us to feel good. And it turns out that if you let yourself change, if you let your mindset change, if you let your heart set change, if you let the things that are happening in your life not be stuff that you perceive to be an attack against you or something terrible, even if it is terrible, if you'll let yourself look at that experience as something that might change you for the better, you can experience a different kind of life. Now, I know this to be true because that's been a story of someone that I, at one time, was really close with. Let me tell you that story. It's a story about a guy named Dave. Dave was a really nice guy, and he was a really nice guy. He was kind and considerate and compassionate for other people, and he really loved other people, but part of Dave's problem was he was really a people pleaser out of some insecurities and fears that he had inside. Yeah, he felt confident sometimes, but only sometimes, and only he felt confident about stuff that had to do with the way that other people saw him, i.e. his relationships or his career or stuff that was going on in his life. But internally, he didn't feel really good about himself. Actually, internally, he was really afraid of a lot of things. So much so that he did some self-destructive things at times, and he would constantly question whether or not anybody actually believed in him. And if things didn't go his way outside of himself, he thought he was a failure all the time, and he was so afraid of being perceived as a failure or other people judging him that he became a gigantic people pleaser and a very codependent person. And then one day, as fate would have it, everything changed. Now, his change, and the thing that led him to change and become a different person, become a better person, wasn't something that he necessarily signed up for. It was a change that happened to him. But because of that change, and because of him allowing himself to go through a process to change and become a better person, Dave did. And now Dave's not around. And I know that because I used to be Dave. Now, some of you guys know me by that name, and that ain't me. Dave's not here, and he ain't coming back. And I can say that with a smile on my face, not because Dave was a bad dude, but Dave had a lot of problems. And as I've been through a transformational process over the past 2 years, I've let a lot of things go, and I have changed. I have become a better person. I've become the best version of me. On the outside and on the inside, everything about me has changed. My mindset's completely different. My heart set's completely different. My body's actually even different. I gained 30 pounds of pure muscle, and I did the work to get there to make that happen. I've done the work to overcome a lot of deep-seated fears and bad mindsets that have held me down and held me back for a really long time. I've overcome a lot of issues with my emotions. I was always afraid of showing my emotions, or always afraid of being fully me and fully operating out of love and grace and compassion, because I was afraid of getting taken advantage of, honestly. I don't have those fears anymore. I'm not going to have those fears again. That old me is not coming back. I changed because I let myself change. I let myself change in the face of something that I didn't ask for and that I didn't want to happen, but in the end, maybe it was exactly what needed to happen for me to become the best version of myself. And all of this stuff is what I talk about in my new book, which you've heard me talk about a whole lot. The book is called Be Solid: How to Go Through Hell and Come Out Whole. You can change when you go through experiences that you don't like, that are uncomfortable. One of the quotes inside my book is, "Pain is the best teacher because it has your undivided attention." Now, does that mean that it's comfortable? No. Does that mean that it's fun? Not necessarily. But does that mean that it produces results that can really be transformative and change everything for you for the better if you let it? Abso-freaking-lutely. But you have to let yourself go through the process. I detail what the process looked like for me, how I transformed my life and became a better person, and how I became the best version of me. And how I operate out of confidence, how I operate out of peace all the time, how I am happy and content and satisfied and feel good all the time. I illustrate all that stuff inside my book. And I want to give you my book. I want to give it to you before I give it to the rest of the world. And you can do that by joining into my Indiegogo campaign. It's going on right now. We started it yesterday. When you get inside, I'll provide the link inside this video. When you get inside the campaign, each one of the perk options is a button that you have to click on to see what's inside that perk. It's going to seem like it's just repetitive if you just read the image. Click on the button. Here's what I'm doing just for you and just during this campaign. Everybody that contributes at a level that's at least $35, and that includes a paperback version of the book, I will ship it to you myself, and I'll ship it to you autographed with a personal note written just to you. Also, everybody that contributes gets a special Be Solid button or pin that you can wear on your shirt or on your backpack or on whatever it is that you carry buttons on as a way to showcase your solidarity. That's just for people that contribute during this campaign. So don't wait and say, oh, I'll buy it when it comes out. No, dude, jump on it now. Help me get to my goal for this campaign because I want to take this message of healing and wholeness all over the world, but I need your help to do it. Old me would not have asked for help. I would have tried to do everything on my own. But that part, that side of me isn't around anymore. I trust and I know that you are connected to me and that you believe in the stuff that I talk about. You watch these videos, you feel inspired by this stuff, and you're incorporating this into your life. Help me make this gigantic transformation process that I talk about so much a reality for more people. So help me with this campaign. The link is inside this post. Click on it right now, go contribute to the campaign, get an autographed copy of the book, and get a copy of it before anybody else does. All right, thank you for your help. I look forward to connecting with you more. Have a great day.